What's up, everybody? How you doing? We're joined today with Sule. Sule,
Hi.
you are an AMC student,
Yes.
first year, right?
First year, and in September, second year.
In September. Well, we'll see if there's a second year. But
Nice.
Thank you.
but you're an international student, right?
Yeah, I'm from Mexico. I'm from the southeast of Mexico, Yucatan. And now I'm here in Kingston.
Everybody knows something about that southern part of Mexico, that Yucatan. Like, what's close by there with you are?
Oh, everybody knows Cancun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I live like 3 or 4 hours away from Cancun, like in a city, like a cultural city. The name is Mérida. Yeah, I live right there.
It's nice to be right in the jungle.
So what brought you to Kingston, and what specifically brought you to AMC, Sule?
Well, when I like back in Mexico, I was looking for a program that with this perfect like combination of marketing and maybe a little bit of creative content.
Nice. And had you been doing anything like that before?
No, like I saw like different schools, but like the different courses they had or they have, I don't know, those weren't enough for me.
Right.
So when I saw like the list of Kingston and in AMC, I really liked that one.
Nice, nice.
So how did that work? Did you find is there a website, or is there somewhere that you just, or did you just Google like marketing Canada or something?
No, back in Mexico, I used to work in a educational consultant. So I really had like a long list of schools and college, universities, and then the agent from San Lawrence, but in Latin America, she went to the office. She started talking like to us about the program, about the school, and I really liked everything like here. And she showed me like the 3 different campuses, like Kingston, Cornwall, and the other one is Brockville. And I think Kingston is like, for me, is the best right now.
So what did you find was the differences between all 3 campuses?
I think Kingston's really like pretty well located. I really like that one, like that thing. And also it's a little bit like bigger than the other 2 campuses.
Okay. Okay.
So
Yeah, I've never been to either of the other campuses, so I'm not really sure. I only know the Kingston one. So, so and how did you find? How have you find your experience in AMC? We should probably talk about, like, let's talk pre-COVID. How did you enjoy coming into the advertising marketing program?
I really like it. I actually was talking about this with a friend yesterday, and I told her like first that all I like how all the people like in the school, like the professors, the CEO, or like the people that work there, they are really like in touch like to you by email or doing Zoom meetings. They are trying to find how do you feel like right now. The professors, like, they're like so nice. That's something that I really like. And they are not like professors, they are like co-workers, maybe like friends. They are really, really nice.
Nice. That's great. And did you have a favorite course, like, specifically?
This last semester, I think I really enjoy design and layout. I really like it. And right now I'm taking, like, we don't have like classes anymore. Like, the semester is over, but I'm taking like online courses. So I'm trying to learn a little bit more.
Oh, nice. And is it within the marketing field, or is it sort of your own interest?
Something that I really like. And the last semester we saw like just keywords, and we used like key tools. Mm-hmm. But right now I'm trying to like improve my skills on design, or maybe video like edition of photography or video.
Very cool. That's great.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. So you take a lot of pictures.
Yes,
you do a lot of photography. Yeah, by
those
the look on your wall. Yeah. And is that something that you brought from Merida, or did you pick it up here in Kingston?
No, it's something that I brought from Merida. It's something that I learned and back in Mexico. But like right here, I'm trying just to practice, because if you don't practice, sometimes you forget like some things. And here I'm practicing. I was traveling. I was in Toronto and Ottawa last semester and this semester with the trips that the international office they do. So I was practicing my travel photography and those kind of stuffs. And right here, in this last semester, we saw a little bit of Photoshop. So I was using that too, like trying to complement like both.
Yeah, your pictures with your video or photo editing.
Yeah, yeah, color edition and everything.
How's it going? You're doing better, or
I'm doing better, and actually, I'm trying to clean my external hard drive,
Oh, nice.
because we have so many pictures, like I don't know, from years. So now I'm
That's
trying to
great.
clean and edit a little bit of them.
So before COVID was happening, were you able to get around town and take a lot of pictures and see a lot of the city?
Yes, actually, I met like two other Mexicans. Like one friend from Mexico, he's in San Lawrence too, and another friend, like he's from El Salvador. He likes to take pictures.
Gil?
So with my Mexican friend, we used to went to downtown, take pictures, and actually we participate on the photography contest here in Kingston.
Nice.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
nice.
How did
So
that go?
yeah, I was in the, I think, 28th
That's
place
great.
maybe.
That's
But I
good.
mean, yeah, I think like almost more than 2,000 people they participate in the
Wow.
So that's
so
really good.
and my friend, I think he won the, I don't know, the 12th place maybe, but
That's
we
good.
were like in the finalists. So I really like that.
Even in being the top 100 of the 2,000 people, like that's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
yeah, that's something good. I'm
Mhm.
going to try like for next year. So
And so you're staying here in Kingston.
yes, I'm staying here. I want to start the third semester, the second year, but right now the school is like sending emails, updating us like what is going to happen, what is going to happen. So
Yeah. So, there's a few questions that I want, but I guess how are you if school is going to online? Um, how do you feel about that? And do you think would you obviously rather come to an actual classroom to learn, or do you not mind learning online?
um, I think I'm going to continue. Like, doesn't matter if it's going to be online or not. Like back in Mexico, I have a degree, and my classes, like in the last semester, they were online. So I'm a little bit like used to it. But I really hope like maybe for September or August, the situation gets better,
Hmm.
Yeah.
and had the chance like at least like go outside or go to a coffee shop or work. I don't know. And I'm going to continue. Like, doesn't matter if it is online or
Yeah,
not.
fair enough. Fair enough. And so even before COVID, you were always going to stay here for the summer?
Yes,
Yeah.
I was planning to go to Mexico for summer,
Okay.
but right now, like, I just postponed that maybe for December.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
And how are you feeling not being home right now? Are do you have roommates? Like is like how are you staying sane?
Well, yeah, I have one. I have a one roomie. But right now, we are like in home. I'm trying to distract a little bit, learn a little bit. I mean, at the beginning, I think this COVID situation started when we were on the last month of the school.
Yeah.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah. So the first like 2 weeks, I was like pretty well. I'm not gonna lie. Like the third week, I was a little bit down. But then the school they sent us email. They asked how we felt, and then I tried to distract a little bit. Try to do on a schedule or try to set a routine again. So I think that's good because I don't feel like useless.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And do you what is so is it hard for you to stay home, or are you like more introvert, or are you more like extrovert? You like being out with
No,
your friends,
I'm an
or
extrovert. I love to be outside.
Yeah.
So this situation was like, no, I can't stay here. But I mean, like sometimes I go outside just to walk around and try to take like fresh air.
Hmm.
That's good. Uh,
and right now I think is a really good time to be outside and breathe the air, because this is probably the cleanest air we will
ever.
breathe.
Yeah,
You
not
know,
only here, like around the world.
exactly. There's like no pollution. Well, I mean,
I mean, yeah.
A lot
small amount
less.
of
Yeah.
yeah, a lot less pollution, a lot less smog and traffic. Right now is the perfect time to breathe in that fresh air.
Less people.
Hmm.
And
Totally.
also like the animals in the parks or in the lake, they are a little bit like more like friendly. I mean, you don't have to go and touch them, just like
Yeah.
see them like far away.
I have noticed that they do get close, and I'm just like,
Yeah,
I don't know where
like,
you've been, bro. Like,
close enough, like.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've also noticed more. I've seen more trash pandas. Yeah, I've seen a lot. I've seen more of them, and I've seen more like out in the street, like 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. Like early times out in the streets. And I think it's the same thing. It's just that there's nobody out there. There's
Mm-hmm.
nobody to mess with them. So the street
Sorry.
is for the trash pandas.
Mhm.
I saw one like 2 or 3 days ago. I was like, "What is that? That's a cat. That's a huge cat." But no, wasn't a cat.
So are you guys finding that, I mean, we're over a month into this, like maybe like a month and a week or so.
Yeah.
Are you guys finding that people are a little more lenient towards the rules? Like, are you finding that even in yourself that you're like, oh, well, I'll, I won't be as strict as I was like the past few weeks, or maybe I'll, not care so much about going to the grocery store? Or are you finding you're a little more anxious every day?
I think they are less anxious. Yeah, I remember that 3 or 4 weeks ago when this COVID situation started. I feel like anxious, and the people was like sending like news about the COVID like every day, every minute. And now people is like, okay, we are doing great, but we don't have to take this
Like so serious, or be so
yeah,
scared,
Hmm.
yeah,
or like be held hostage almost, you know. Yeah,
kind of,
I
yeah.
for me, I think like I'm a little less, like I feel like I'm still like cautious, like I'm still like super washing my hands.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
Like I go to the grocery store, like if I leave the house, I don't touch anything, you know.
Yeah.
And as soon as if I see hand sanitizer, it's coming on. As
Yeah.
soon as I get to the house, it's wash my hands.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, okay, well, maybe now I feel a little better, like walking downtown, or you
Hmm.
know, doing some talking to people more, like at distance.
Yeah.
But I feel like a little bit better about it.
Yeah. Also, like if I go outside and then I come back to home, it's like, okay, I need to change my clothes.
Interesting. So you completely change. Do you do that too, Danny?
I don't change my clothes, but I do like disinfect my cell phone, my keys, and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Yeah, interesting. Interesting. Because I hadn't heard of the changing of clothes, like indoor, outdoor clothes, until just the other day. And like that is it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Like it makes sense, right? Are you guys finding that you're able to get disinfected stuff fine? Or are you finding that's pretty much sold out anytime you go out?
Disinfecting is sold out. You
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah.
I don't think you can find it. But
Or
like at
wipes.
home, I make my own solution with bleach and water.
Interesting.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
saw also vinegar and water.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, I take 10 to 1, so 10% bleach, and then the rest um, water, and that
Mhm.
disinfects everything.
Hmm.
All lady recommendations.
Exactly.
Vinegar and water.
Vinegar and water, Really anything, if it works, it works, you know, and
Yeah.
he's,
Yeah.
I just, I think it's funny because it's, like in Kingston, I still see people out on the street. I still see people, I mean, obviously not as much, but, there is still life in town.
Absolutely.
But I also think that Kingston and I want to say, like, you know, for the most part, Canada in general is really doing a good job. You know, the curve
Yes.
is pretty flat, I think, from what I've seen. Because look at the United States, terrible. You know, other
Terrible.
countries, terrible. You know, and I think we're okay. It's like it's not so strict, but it's also like everybody just kind of understands.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. And this is all going to come in waves, I think, right? And like in terms of the numbers, I don't even look at them anymore. Like
Yeah,
I used to kind of have a
Yeah.
routine where I kind of looked at like it was the first thing I did when I woke up. It was like what I did in the middle of the day, and it's the last thing I did before I went to bed.
yeah,
And it's like, you know, that was just like, it was like an obsession to see like where the numbers were going. And
Yeah.
it was, now that I'm not doing that, I mean, it's a lot less stressful.
Yes.
You know, I realize that the numbers are going to be what the numbers are. I'm not going to worry about it. It's going to be a while until we see the end results. So, yeah, yeah.
Maybe.
And
Mhm.
sorry, go ahead.
No, it's like, okay, you have to be update, but check the news maybe like every 2 or 3 days, but not
Yeah,
like
exactly.
every hour,
yeah,
because it's really bad.
yeah. Check, you know, CBC for, you know, little announcements that are made, maybe.
Mhm.
Have those alerts, like have breaking news alerts come to your phone, but, you know, don't be obsessing over the news for all day long, you know.
And what
Sule, do you have any like sort of like nice little habits and routines that you're kind of doing to keep yourself like a little stress free?
Well, right now, last week I was like, okay, Sule, we have to resolve this. We have to get a set routine again. So right now, I'm going to bed. I'm go to bed like early. I try not to go to bed like really really late, maybe 10:30, and then
Wow,
I wake up like 8:30,
that's
and
a great routine.
yeah.
yeah, the first thing that I do I don't like is like check Instagram and Facebook,
Yeah.
like I- and then right now I'm reading like short books because I was like I saw on Instagram that COVID is not like productivity contest, so just
Mhm.
I'm trying just to learn a little bit. We have LinkedIn Learning like free because we are students from St. Lawrence. So I'm taking courses right there.
Great.
Yeah, I'm trying to learn, just learn and enjoy.
That's great. And so you probably had a great attitude with like going into this last month of having school, at least. Like you were really excited to still be able to like keep your
Yes.
courses and keep learning. And how did that change? Like, was there some stuff that did some assignments get eliminated and some assignments get added?
No, we had 2 or 3 courses that they were related. We had
Right.
like a final project, like
Yeah.
one for the 3 of them. But then with this situation, they changed the final projects. So the professor just adjusts like few things. I think they make them like easier even for us.
Right.
So at the end was like pretty easy.
Okay.
We were lost, like we were lost in the time. We don't know like, okay, what day is today? But we did it. So
Right.
was good.
That is the biggest thing is I don't know what day it is.
like like what month? Like next week's gonna be May.
Yeah, all of April. Just to put it in perspective, all of April we've spent in our house. That's an
Yeah.
entire month inside your house.
Wow.
April was like endless Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been saying that every day is a Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Oh man. So, Sule, do you have any advice for, I guess, international students that aren't at home right now, that are stuck in their place where they're doing their schooling?
An advice I think it's like try to set a routine, try to do like things you can't do or you couldn't do, like because you are busy with the school or work, but don't feel bad if you can't. Like if you can read a book or if you can learn something new or if you can like continue with a project, like a personal project, like don't feel bad. Like we are like in a pandemic situation, we are not on vacations. So try to like enjoy like the time inside, but also like go outside to like breathe a little bit of fresh air, because like I think that nature is also something that we need. So just be careful.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you think when it gets warmer, like, so you have a roommate, Sule, so you guys are together, right? In your house.
Mm.
But you are in your house. If you get sick, they get sick, right? Um, if you go to the park, for example, when it gets warmer, um, like and have a picnic, do you think like you'll be harassed, or do you think like the people will call the police on you or something like that, or do you think it'll be okay to have a picnic with like your housemates or something like that at the park?
I think I think I'm not going to do that because yeah, I will feel a little bit bad, because of the situation. And also, I think right now, like, not even me and my friends, we don't feel like confident to do that. We have to, I mean, we are like pretty good with this situation, but we have to stay at home as much as we can. So maybe like in summer, or as soon the government they release like a new information, that could be like a possibility, but I'm not now.
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay.
What about you guys? Now it's my turn.
Man. Well, I think, the past month, I mean, I've been so busy with, because my placement continued, and I had a bunch
um,
of stuff to do for them, and school on top of that. Like nothing really changed for our assignments for the most part. Like everything kind of remained the same. It was pretty much just as busy. But it did, because I do a lot of extracurricular stuff, right? So it did kind of free up my time to be able to focus primarily on school and my placement. So that was a bit of a blessing in a weird blessing kind of way. Um, yeah, so it's the past month has just been crazy, and I got my grant done yesterday. So I'm looking for stuff to do. Like this is sort of like the past couple days has been my really like rest days.
LinkedIn Learning.
Yeah,
Check LinkedIn Learning, and also
yeah,
you can use, like, if you finish the course, you can add it to your LinkedIn like profile.
Yeah, so
absolutely.
so it shows that you did you're
Yeah,
proficient at something. Yeah.
yeah.
Doing all those kind of certifications is really important. And they like you do get a lot out of them. And I myself, I'm not a huge into online learning because
Yeah.
I really do need that face to face, and that's sort of what I'm
Mhm.
missing, I think. And that's the difficult part for me. Like I've thought about coming back to school next year, but if they're gonna go to online, like I'm just not someone that can thrive in that environment.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, I guess so. So what are some ways that you're able to handle learning online versus learning in person?
Yeah. I can I yeah, I can do both, but I prefer like face to face.
Yeah, right, right, right.
Yeah, I think it's always better. I think for me, it's always also better to do it face to face because, like somebody may say something and it's like, boom, I have a question, you
Or
know,
an idea.
or an idea, or or maybe I want to talk to someone about an idea, or or something. And it's just with that online, it's hard because it's like, what if you post a question in the discussion and nobody answers,
Yeah.
you know?
Everybody read it and no one answer.
Exactly, or I have a question and I need the answer now.
Hmm.
Maybe I don't need the answer now. Maybe I just want the answer. You
Oh,
know,
Yeah,
okay. Hmm.
but it's, yeah, for me it's hard to do the online thing.
absolutely. Yeah.
How was like the placement? The professors change everything like in also in a week or?
Well, so
Yeah.
with my placement, I was always kind of left online on my own. So like it's not like I went to an office every day and did work or anything. Like we all worked from home before this anyway. So nothing really changed for me. So I worked with a podcast in a corporation that helps promote live music in Kingston.
Oh, nice.
So the only thing that really changed the fact was there's no live music in Kingston right now, you know.
No.
So we still promote musicians and and artists in the community doing live streams and like whatever projects, like whether their albums are released or whatever. And we're trying to dabble into other projects, but it's still hard. Like a lot of my job would have been going to see live music and promoting those shows and telling everybody what all the venues and all the shows that were happening this week and the weekend, and it cut a little bit of our work down quite a bit.
Oh, I take concert photography, so if you need a photographer.
Oh, very cool, very cool. And do you do videography as well?
No, I'm learning.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah.
But I want.
Yeah. Well, it's in the same wheelhouse, so I'm sure you'll do. If you came 23 at a 2000, I think you'll do pretty well in videography.
What kind of camera do you use, Sule?
I use a Canon 70D. Sorry, my Spanglish. 70D.
Do you
And
have different lenses and?
Yeah, I have the one I forgot the 50 millimeters that is like for portraits and night photography. I have the fisheye that it's like my watermark.
Yeah, I see one. You have a fisheye in the back there.
Oh yeah. And I also have like this 70. I can't remember now. Oh, I need to practice. But I have like 3 different lenses.
Do you go out right now during COVID, take pictures of the empty streets?
No, right now, no. But I need to start to practice, or I don't know, maybe here in my window I can do something.
Take pictures of weird people.
Stalking.
Yeah, I think this is a great time for, there's not a lot of activity going on, but I think this is a great opportunity to take some really cool shots of,
yes,
or some just really, into perspective shots of what's going on right now.
Or learn like different kinds of photography. Like here in my bedroom, I have the sunlight in the morning. So I'm trying to practice with the sunlight, the natural light. So maybe I can learn something.
That's great.
Yeah, it's a good time to learn. Like you said, is you can either learn online or you can learn by doing.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think that's really great that you have a great attitude of continuing to learn. Right. And I think it's really refreshing to see somebody that, you came to your program for a passion and a reason, and you're dedicated to your education. And I think that's awesome. And you do see a lot of some people that, they want to get their diploma, they want to get their degree, and they just want to get out, and they don't really invest in their schooling. So it's really nice to hear, and especially from a first year that is just really interested in taking on these courses and really and using them to your advantage. And the fact that you're still learning, I mean, I think that's great. Like your education doesn't really stop, right?
Oh, no, never.
Yeah.
Always learning.
Yeah.
Always learning. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a great note to end off of. So thank you so much, Sule, for joining us. Do you have any other messages for SLC students or just anybody that would be listening to this?
Well, thank you for inviting me. I was like, as I said at the beginning, I was a little bit nervous, but this is so cool. This project, like the podcast, is really nice. I really hope like more people can join to you and do more like podcasts and videos.
Yeah. Well, that's we're working on getting, more of the school involved with the podcast and more things happening. So hopefully next year, I guess, or the year after, or whenever people can come back to school.
I hope so.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Sule. We'll make sure have a great summer, despite of
Yeah,
all this. But
definitely.
we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. It was
All
nice
right,
to talk
Sule.
to you guys.
Great. Thanks,
Bye.
Sule.
Bye.